Hello, good afternoon to all of you who are watching us. Welcome back to our webinars where we talk about innovations in security. Today, we dedicated our discussion about artificial intelligence technology and its use in security applications. You will agree with me that artificial intelligence as a technology actually is a part of security for a long time, actually for more than a decade. But in recent years, we actually achieved significant advancements in these applications, in security applications. And in this regard, we would like to talk about artificial intelligence and its maturity in security applications. To help me with discussion, I will invite experts who are coming actually from leading brands and experts who are actually good to talk about this technology and about this topic. So I will invite Boris Krtalić. He's actually business development from Ensoft company. Hello, Boris. How are you?
Hi, how are you? All
Great to
well.
see you today.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining the stage.
It's a pleasure.
You're welcome. I will also invite Alexandru Nataprazu. He is actually coming from Romania, from Bosch Security and Safety Division, and he's actually working as a product marketing manager for Bosch. Hello, Alexandru, how are you?
Hello everyone. All fine here. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you for joining us on the stage. I will also invite Florian Matusek. He's product group director at Genetec. Hi, Florian.
Hello, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you very much, Florian. Thank you for joining the stage. As I already announced, today's topic is about artificial intelligence and its use in security application. So maybe we will start with Florian Matusek and his discussion. So Florian, can you tell us what are actually some notable advancements in AI technology that actually impacted security in recent years?
Yes, so thank you. I'm going to focus today a little bit on a not so typical topic, and this is responsible AI. I will explain to you a little bit on what this means and how it's going to impact us in the security industry. To start us off, about me, I'm responsible at Genetec for anything that's video analytics. That's really an R&D function for us. I'm responsible for our R&D teams that do video analytics, that create video analytics products. But my team is also the central contact point for our internal sales team around video analytics. So this is really like a center of excellence, so to say. And we also deal a lot with our tech partners because at Genetec, we have the approach of really having a unified view on video analytics, where some we provide ourselves in our platform, and some others we deeply integrate with our partners. So you really have the best of both worlds, the simplicity of an integrated system, as well as the integration of a growing ecosystem. Of course, this goes into different areas. I won't go into the details, but just to note that we have a broad portfolio of our own video analytics we call Kiwi Vision. We, of course, have our license plate recognition portfolio called AutoView. And then we have many our partner applications around forensic search, around facial recognition, about audio analytics, and so many other things. It's really a very broad portfolio. So you can expect, if you work with Genetec, that you can really integrate or use any kind of video analytics functionality that's state-of-the-art and that's out there. But it's not the main thing I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you about issues that came up, especially recently when we all heard about ChatGPT and all this AI and generative AI coming up. We also heard about a bunch of challenges, and these challenges usually range around data sets and privacy, how a data set's being sourced, how a data set's being used, what about bias in data sets in AI? That's very relevant for us in the security industry as well. What about hallucinations that really became famous with ChatGPT, where it really makes things up and invents facts? And also AI driving automatic decisions being used in law enforcement and lawsuits and so on. So there are a bunch of challenges there that we in the security industry haven't thought about or talked about so much, but it's really coming in the coming years, and it will be very relevant. So that's why I want to mention it here, to keep everyone aware on asking the right questions when you use AI in security. And all of these things, when we look at the challenges at Genetec, we use them to put ourselves a bunch of guiding principles when we develop AI ourselves. And these are guided around privacy and data governance, transparency and fairness, and human-driven decisions. What do we mean by that? Well, privacy and data governance means when we use data sets, we make sure they're legal, we respect the privacy of people in the data sets, we anonymize data, we use synthetic data. So essentially, we try to be good citizens when we handle data sets, maybe from our customers if they gave us the data, or really from anybody. Transparency and fairness, we try to minimize bias, we test it rigorously, we make sure they're accurate, and we increase the confidence in our models. So essentially, we try to have very high quality products when we bring them out. And finally, it's about human-driven decisions, that we make sure that AI is not making any critical decisions, and that's especially critical in the security industry. If there is an important decision to be made, always the human has to be the one doing the decision. So we always have to have the human in the loop. Now, these are our internal guiding principles around responsible AI, but I can just encourage you, when you talk to manufacturers, ask them, what are your guidelines? Maybe they call it responsible AI, maybe they call it ethical AI, maybe they call it trustworthy AI, but what are the considerations when working with AI? Because to do it responsibly, you have to follow certain guidelines. Also to be prepared for the upcoming legislation in the EU with the European AI Act that's being worked on right now. So that's it from me. I just wanted to raise this awareness in this few minutes, and I'm sure we're going to have more discussions around this in this session.
Thank you very much, Florian, for this short presentation and actually reminding us about the importance of AI and what actually factors are important when it comes to AI technology. One question for you before we skip to Alexandru. So how actually AI contributed to the improvement of threat detection and response in security domain?
So, well, video analytics has been around for a long time, but at one point AI has been added to video analytics, and I would say it's a great contribution to the security sector. It's mainly, when we talk about AI and security, it's around really detection and classification, mainly around video, but it will grow into other areas as well. But I would say the main contributions are really an increase in accuracy and making the range of applications much wider than what was possible before. So we can do much more today than what we could do 15 years ago. So that this has been a revolution in the security industry.
Thank you very much, Florian. Now we'll move to Alexandru, and later we will come to Florian again. Hi, Alexandru, how are you?
Hi, all fine, thank you. Ready for the discussion.
Thank you. One question for you before we skip to your presentation. Are there any specific industries or sectors where AI-supported security has shown remarkable results?
Well, it's a very good question, and there would be multiple sectors where AI would support from security and safety perspective. Looking more to the matter from video surveillance angle, for instance, AI would be ideal for a lot of application, like for instance, ITS application or traffic monitoring or automatic incident detections. For instance, if you look at the intersections or highway or bridges or tunnels, here AI video analytics can accurately detect and alert on pedestrian presence at forbidden areas, on slow and stop vehicles, on traffic queues and congestions, or maybe vehicle traveling in wrong way. So also plenty of high accurate statistics would be also possible in regards with the volume of cars, with the trucks, buses, motorcycles, or pedestrians. So all these would become actionable insights for drawing strategies, for enhancing mobility or maybe safety, and for enhancing safety and security on the roads or intersections. Also, apart from ITS, also artificial intelligence will greatly support security and safety of the buildings in various sectors like governmental or commercial or financial, educational, logistic, you name it. So here AI analytics could support intrusion detections inside and around buildings, and also can generate plenty of statistics to be used also beyond security. For instance, for adjusting various processes or for improving operational efficiency overall. So this will be just few examples where artificial intelligence would heavily support video surveillance industry.
Thank you very much, Alexandru. You mentioned actually road crossings and highways. Can we say, and actually to continue the conversation from Florian, can we let AI technology to do decision when it comes to, let's say, road crossings and highways on its own?
Indeed. There is a lot of discussions because nowadays, as you know, artificial intelligence basically is thrilling emotions like never before. Obviously, because of its enormous potential and business benefits that can generate. But even though there is still some, distrust, let's call it like this, towards the this artificial intelligence among companies or customers basically. So as technology providers, as we are like Bosch, to be fully to be able to fully leverage the potential of AI, I think that the key would be first to follow clear regulations or guidelines when developing such technologies, and then later to explain transparently to our customers what is behind the technology, what is the decision path, what are the red lines. It's basically to create trust, because as far as Bosch is concerned, the company has established years ago ethical, let's call it ethical red lines for the use of artificial intelligence. So the company has created clear guidelines governing basically the use of AI in its intelligent products. And this is all publicly available. According to these guidelines, I would just like to emphasize some of short examples which are similar with what Florian mentioned. So just three of them that will be mandatory for all the products. So human in command, it's one of them. In this approach, the AI products is used purely as a tool. So all the time, people decide when and how to use the results presented by the tool. Example, we'll see also in my
Hello, Alexandru.
short presentation. Hello?
We actually face some streaming problems with Alexandru. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Is it back?
Okay, great.
Yeah, working.
Yes.
Okay.
It's
Just
working.
to close the topic. So with these three principles which are mandatory, it's human in command and then human in the loop. In this approach, people can directly influence or change decisions made by AI. So and one of another important is human on the loop, which is according to this approach, basically the cases in which the parameters relevant for decisions, all of them are defined by people during the design, but the decision themselves are delegated to the AI products. So, and here the application allow basically those affected by any decision to appeal for review. And what is more, to ensure that the people not only define the parameter for decision making beforehand, but also they can check retrospectively whether the decision was carried out in the intended sense or not. So yeah, starting from the guidelines, what we need to do next is to intensify our efforts toward the customers, and then we want to develop what is called maybe AI trust label together with our partners to explain that, yeah, it will be strictly used in their benefits and nothing else.
Thank you very much, Alexandru. So basically, it is always up to us how we look on it, and actually it should be as a tool used.
Indeed, indeed.
Can you share with us, Alexandru, what is new in Bosch when it comes
in a minute,
to
yes,
technology?
I can do that.
And here we are.
Okay, so here you are indeed. So again, Welcome from my side to everyone assisting to this presentation. I'm Alex Nataprazu, as you also presented, and then I'm responsible for Southeast Europe and Adriatic countries for the video system, video solutions, and analytics. So before, let's say, exploring shortly the novelties, I would like to say a few words about the Bosch Group, the company I represent. Let me just move also to the next slide, which is exactly talking about this one. Bosch Group, it's one of the leading global supplier of technology and services, and it's founded back in 1866. Therefore, has built more than 135 years of great history so far, and is committed to further go for many more in the future. Bosch employs roughly more than 400,000 associates worldwide. In 2022, the group exceeded its business targets and generated sales of more than 88 billion euro, which represents an increase of 12% versus previous year. Its operations are divided into 4 business sectors, which would be mobility, industrial technology, customer goods, and energy and building technology. The division I belong would be energy and building technology sector, and here I'm dealing with security and safety solutions. Then Building technology division has also multiple business areas such as video systems or access control or intrusion or fire and public address conference. It is important to mention that we are amongst very few producers in an industry that can provide the full suite of security and safety solutions. And what is more, we can provide everything perfectly integrated into one unitary management platform, which is an enormous support for our customers in solving the most complex security and safety challenges. Myself, I'm part of the video solutions and video analytics, as mentioned, and I'm working as a product marketing manager, and it's a good opportunity for me that in the next few slides to offer you more insights into the novelties. Let me again to advance one slide more. Well, in video solution business area, which is one of the most dynamic areas in our portfolio, we've assigned ourselves an important mission to design and bring into the market solutions capable of to give to our customers the power to predict, the ability to know what's going to be next, so that they can avoid potential damages, so that they can strengthen or improve security and safety, and also they can gain all necessary insights to inform decisions and to uncover new opportunities out of their business. With this in mind, basically, we've started some years ago our technological journey to move towards predictive solutions. It is why, even since 2016, we've been offering a standard with each and every camera in our portfolio. This was a human review. This was an important step forward in the video security industry. It is what he called the shift from human review to assisted review. Because human review required intensive effort from the operators to review tons of video footage of the events over an extended time, while assisted review revealed new and easy way for identifying for possible undesirable events, or for providing all kind of statistics, and video analytics was a great facilitator of this. Then assisted review was basically the first step toward predictive solutions. This was followed shortly by the introduction of machine learning in 2019, and then by the introduction of artificial intelligence video analytics based on deep learning, which is there in our portfolio since 2021. We call that phase automated review. This is because video security cameras with built-in artificial intelligence, like the one having video analytics from Bosch, can understand what they are seeing, can assess the risk even in busy and difficult scenes, and then consequently can alert people if there is a real threat or a situation that needs attention, or maybe there is a certain situation that is going to happen. So by leveraging this enormous power of artificial intelligence, it is getting scene understanding at a deeper level. It is getting more diverse and accurate data in addition to the stream itself. It is gaining the ability for the users to easily recognize patterns and improve situation. This way, the users are one step closer towards predictive solutions. And deep learning basically, or definitely I should say, unlocks new world of possibilities. I have selected some short movies here just to have a small flavor of what can be seen also, or what we can get from the video analytics based on the artificial intelligence. Here we are referring, if we're referring to the buildings, cameras with AI offers nothing but the virtualized needed to secure the buildings themselves and their surrounding by monitoring either parking lots or access areas or walkways to region of interest, or basically by detecting objects or persons entering a predefined zone or persons loitering in the vicinity of the premise, etc. So it is really straightforward to be implemented and deployed into the cameras, and in addition provides highly accurate detections for individuals standing or moving in front of the vehicle, or simply because it is built in such a way to simply ignore the false positive triggers like I want unwanted sources of motions, or rain, or maybe snow, or blowing leaves, all kind of lighting changes, or maybe the shaking cameras, which are, let's say, frequent in the video security applications. More example, this time from traffic monitoring, I mentioned in the beginning, because one of the application that is perfectly addressed by this video analytics based on AI is traffic monitoring. Here, video analytics based on deep neural network can support, as mentioned, also the strategies to enhance mobilities or safety, or to make the roads more efficient. So the algorithms are really robust, are trained to ignore potential disturbances caused by vehicle headlights or by shadows, or they are meant to work also in extreme weather to ignore sun reflection, or maybe shaking cameras, as already mentioned before. And in addition to the traffic management, it can also accurately detect and count pedestrians even in crowded scenes. And it can serve a lot of applications, use cases such as maybe airports, or retail, or any other application dealing with open areas where big crowds tend to gather. All these collected data provides nothing but actionable insights for improving the safety of the people, or for making the roadways more efficient. So goes also beyond the security itself. And then by achieving extremely high accuracy level, it enables the operators to respond immediately to many critical situations when, maybe seconds would make a difference. Um, Indeed, AI opens up a world of opportunities, as mentioned already, but there are still some miles to travel, and most probably this will be discussed also in the continuation of these sessions. It requires continuous investments for even greater adoption, which our company firmly committed to continue with, because we at Bosch, we are determined to complete our mission, which is to help security professionals, or consultants, or specifiers, so all the players in the industry, to help them on their journey towards what I call predictive solutions. And indeed, one of the drivers would be AI-driven video analytics, which yeah, of course, it needs to be backed up by some other functionality like latest images technologies. It should be backed up by the quality, by the robustness, both regarding the physical aspects, but also equally important regarding the data security and the cyber security resistance, which are all part of our company DNA. And it's what the customers can expect from a company like Bosch. So all our solutions are designed around customer needs. They are built on trust, and they are built to support sustainable business practices. It is as per our company motto. It's about solutions invented for life. So this is what I would like to conclude with for this short presentation of mine. And then, yeah, I'm now available for further discussions
Thank you
with
very
you.
much,
Yeah, thank
Alexandru.
you.
Now we'll move to Mostar, to Boris, who will actually present to us from his point of view about AI technology and its use in security applications. Boris, one question for you before we skip to your presentation. How actually AI can help to address the issues of bias and then actually ensure that we have like fair and unbiased decision making in security applications?
Well, first of all, let me just say hi to you and prestigious guests and their companies. It's really a pleasure to be here in this company and, of course, have this discussion. So the question you've stated, it's one of the hot topics in recent developing months, years now, and especially about this AI buzz. It is an issue that's going to be, this topic will be, of course, subject for many years to become now, but it's all about the unbiased training. So so for example, we had our first MVP in 2019, and back then we had those questions internally, how we wanted to resolve them. And of course, this is something that when doing the deep learning training, we need to have the ethical principles. So that means that there's a standard there that needs to be fulfilled. So, for example, it's important to use what data set are you going to use, which access to the information there the AI will be given. So, and of course, this is also something that we're always discussing about the human approach. Humans are biased when dealing in decisions. So, and then again, it's a human decision what type of data you want to your AI to be doing. So this is something that will be, of course, subject for a long time. And I'm not sure that people understand everything and they have enough information about it. So this is something that will still be developed over the next course. But then again, it's important that internally the companies that produce the software have this level of understanding the issue. And of course, the product itself has to be unbiased in every case, because we are living in the PC time. So if a company does something that it's unethical, I mean, it kills the company straight away. So, and of course, it makes selling a lot harder. So back in the day when we started it, it's 4 years now, we had issues of how to give confidence to the client. But 4 years later on, those issues are stepping away a little bit, because since it's a hot topic, people are having less and less questions about it. So they want the AI to help them. But then again, since we're moving into all these directions, using ChatGPT changed the game, of course, those discussions need to be top-notch.
Thank you very much, Boris. Can you now share with us what is new in NSoft when it comes to AI technology?
Of course, just a second. Okay, so we started when it comes to our vision. So first of all, Ensoft is a company that has been founded in 2008. So we were doing and still are doing the iGaming industry. And since we started off as a retail dominant product company, there was always a question in our end: what can we do better to improve any retail scenario? So our vision came into life in 2019, our first MVP. So basically, what we've developed AI boosted video surveillance systems. So one of our main features that the software has is our, of course, faces recognition module. Temperature measuring came quite nice in the corona. This is by pure accident. Age and gender prediction, people counting, heat maps, emotion prediction, visitor tracking, and motion zone and area search, of course. So when it comes to vision is, as I said, a video surveillance system boosted by AI. So we've imagined it to improve your security level, of course, health and business performance. So vision is good by collecting data. Both of my colleagues were mentioning the data and the use of data. So this is something that needs to be one of our first and mandatory requests from our clients. Is they want to know what's happening in their retail space. It doesn't matter if it's I don't know, a bank, is it a airport, they wanted to own the space and get as much as data possible so they can improve improve that space, improve security, or improve business decisions. So what we did is we've developed a vision, and these features really helped us to make good sales, of course. One of the I would say our key selling features is our flag ID. So for instance, you have an option as a back office officer. You have an option so you can flag either important visitors or forbidden visitors. So what do you get on our later on? You'll get a quick glance of our demo, how it looks like. You get a straight notification if an either VIP or a blacklisted has entered your premises. So this is one of the features, of course, that is most popular. And of course, our application is cloud-based, so you can have as much as locations worldwide. Know if a certain visitor enters either London or in Paris, it doesn't matter. He'll get recognized. And you don't even have to know his name. You can just add him like visitor 123 or add an anonymous name, and there will be recognized. Of course, also, for example, when owning the data, you want as much as data possible, so you can have your demographics there. So we're talking about age and gender. And really, it boosted up sales in much retail shops that we've entered. So, and of course, doing promos and everything, marketing finds this feature really useful. Heat mapping is also one of the said that it's one of our common, should I say, requested features. And of course, all of these features and the application itself, it's Linux based, so you don't have to have any OS behind it. So our installation comes with Linux, so you can easily remote access it because, as I said, it's a cloud-based technology. Of course, all of these AI features, we've been developing them for years now. Of course, everybody knows that as time passes, the guess rate becomes higher and higher. So right now we're at, in regards gender prediction, we're about 99% success rate. This is the rate that we guarantee to our clients. And of course, the age prediction, it's around 85%, but it's growing since we're doing the training and everything. Of course, the software itself can be used as a surveillance, like VMS. So you'll have all these surveillance features. Of course, there's the live streaming, playback, continuous recording, motion zones, and PTZ and audio support. We've tested our software over 1,500 cameras, brands. It works nicely. Also, it works on USB cams. Of course, the setup itself for retail, it's pretty simple. You need to have a local server. We can provide the software in cloud or in a local cloud. It's a business decision, or is it mandatory by GDPR or any other national regulation? And of course, the camera has to be an IP camera, and that's it. So we can use your existing setup and hook on it, and that's about it. The software works behind it, and it's not brain science. I'll share with you just a second how our demo looks like. Give me a second. So this is our demo surrounding. We have 5 cameras currently. You can easily remove them, add them as you like, how many cameras you want. The thumbnail view, 3 columns, of course. Add them, kill you name it. So this is our timeline. These are all made-up names, so you don't have to worry about it. This is the timeline. You can retrace every person, enter their profile, retrace their step, see the info about them, visitor 48655, your status, first time detection, last time detection, total sightings of it, and so on. Of course, the reports, most important thing. So new identities, active visitor, unique visitors, average age, flagged identities, location, cameras, demographics, gender structure, distribution, as many shops or locations you have. The report will have, of course, much details. All of these reports can be exported to either Excel or CSV. So if you're using a Power BI solution or something, you can easily get the data and do what you want with it. Of course, these are our live reports. So if you have a couple of locations worldwide, there's this map here. So you can select, you can create groups. You want to have a group Germany or have groups main cities and so on. So it's really up to you how you want to use it and what you want to do with it.
Boris, are you here with us? It seems that Boris isn't here with us. We'll wait for him to rejoin again. Boris, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, thank you, because you're off, actually. Thank you for this presentation. Now we'll move to Florian. Florian, you actually mentioned, and both of actually, the three of you, all of you actually mentioned the fears and the issues with the use of AI technology. One question for you: who actually should be responsible for, let's say, moving forward AI technology? Is that on frontiers in security, or how?
You mean frontiers like the manufacturers, or?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so in terms of responsibility, I think it's a shared responsibility. It's the same as with data privacy, really, or cybersecurity, right? I mean, cybersecurity, of course, you need a manufacturer that respects this and provides the right tools, but there's also responsibility on the system integrator to use it, to install it properly, and there's a responsibility on the end user to use it properly, right? Same thing with data privacy, and I think the same thing applies to AI. Maybe in AI, there's a little bit of more responsibility on the manufacturer's side, because on the manufacturer, there's a lot of things you're doing before you actually ship the product when you create it. All the things that we mentioned before about data sets, about making the human in the loop, around providing tools to comply to regulations. So there's more responsibility on the manufacturer side, but of course it will also be on the system integrators and end user side as well. And we will see this when the regulation comes out, when the EU AI Act comes out. Same thing in the UK. Actually, they are also working on regulation. Same thing in the US. It's really a global thing, and every region, every country will have their own AI regulation that we all have to comply to. And once they come out, we will see how much the different players have to do. But it's clear that the manufacturer will play a big role there.
Thank you very much, Florian. Alexandru, question for you. If you have a data, can you compare, for example, the use of AI technology 5 years ago and the use of AI technology now? What is the market response? What is the market feedback?
It is clear that currently it is much more used than it used to be in the past. The feedback from the market, at least from what we are able to see it when interacting to the customer, it's really a positive one, at least amongst the security industry players. So they were not reluctant at all to these new trends. Contrary, I would say, they embraced it very well, and they are really appreciate the outcome and what you can get out of this very nice functionality coming from AI, especially because, some of the extremely challenging situations in security can be now solved thanks to this AI. So this is nothing but something to be grateful for. And then, what is more, almost everyone expects, and this is also our opinion, that this will be even more used in the future. It will be more and more. It's like, we are going to this direction. So there is a very nice journey that started, and it will really continue. And as mentioned from the customers, it was a very nice, a very appropriate feedback, I would say, at least from the ones we had a chance to interact with.
Great, thank you very much, Alexandru. Boris, when it comes to use of AI technology, I believe that on your side is also that the clients actually embraced the technology, and for sure that it made life, business, and security easier. But actually, what are actually ethical and privacy concerns that should be taken when using AI in security?
Yeah, also a burning question. So when it comes to ethical principles, so for instance, we tend to be careful there, and also we've maybe my developers would tell me that we spend too much time with dealing this issue, but it was a burning issue for us. So of course, first the level of access to it, the level of access to the software itself needs to be tightened up, and we didn't know how else to prove somebody that this technology is only for them. So what we did, of course, we developed a numerous layer of security details there, and of course that surpassed our ISO certification. So, for instance, for the customers to be comfortable when using our software, and of course there's this how to say it, there's this handbook of how to use the technology properly. So first of all, it shouldn't be used in any way except for business reasons, and that there's a lot of education that also needs to be spent there when when of course training the client and the dedicated personnel for usage of software like this or similar software. So I think the training there is important, and of course the level of access, to be honest. And of course, the software itself needs to be built like that, developed so it can have, let's say, security measures within the security software.
Maybe I just remembered one point around training. So I completely agree. that there is a big task there for educating our users and the market, because it's still the same that people see things in the movies, or still people try ChatGPT and apply this to the security industry, but it's really not like that. And I often compare this when I started in this industry like 18 years ago. People, when they heard video analytics, they were expecting a Lamborghini, and what we had was a bicycle.
Yeah.
Today, they still expect a Lamborghini, and what we have is maybe a Ford Focus. So it gets so much better, but there's still a lot to do to educate people what actually works and what doesn't work. And even though it gets so much better and we are improving, we still need to show people what's realistic and whatnot.
Completely agree. Completely agree.
Yes, actually, for your information, before this webinar, I actually asked ChatGPT to show me how can I actually penetrate security systems, and actually it didn't do that. Then I thanked to him and to it, and then actually asked him again, please, can you do it? Can you tell me? He didn't tell. So let's say that for now we are actually safe. But coming back to Boris' presentation, he mentioned that you started with your solution 4 years ago, and before that, of course, you prepare these solutions. But how usually is much needed to develop deep learning algorithm and to have this security solution? Let's say like the solution that will be used in security application.
Well, it's really when we started off, it was so slow for some third-party observer, but as the technology progresses and years pass by, it gets faster. But for us to develop a certain feature and to train to have deep learning better, I mean, it takes it all. Of course, it all depends what you want. What do you want to do? It's not the same. I don't know. For object detection, you want to have, I don't know, a car space and see how many cars are there parked in a space, or for instance, you want. We had a certain client. He wanted to. Like they're from hospitality sectors, they wanted to know if a certain person got injured on the pool. I mean, it would take years to develop that feature. With the camera needs to be positioned, the backlight and everything. So the technology is there, but it's still developing, to be honest. And as Florian mentioned, we have a good Ford Focus right now, but we don't have car seat heating still. So we have what we have, still trying to develop it. And of course, as I mentioned, it all depends on what are we talking about, what is the request from us, and what needs to be developed. Something can be developed in 3 months, something in 3 years, as it stands right now. So it's a really wide subject, and and a lot of things that needs still to be developed.
Yeah, thank you very much, Boris. Alexandru, question for you. When we're talking about ethical issues and education, we mentioned the education, the importance of education. How actually can organization ensure the ethical issue of AI and security applications?
Well, first of all, as already mentioned, they need to start from clear guidelines. So internally, they need to make sure that they are totally aligned with the legislation out there, and also they are acting according to some very clear rules in order to develop and deploy such technologies. So starting from here, then indeed there is a very important aspect to go and to talk to the people and to make them aware about your practices, about what is behind the technology and what is allowed and what is not allowed. And as everyone mentioned here, it is very important to stay within the frame and then not to go beyond the red lines. And with each and every occasion to talk to everyone, especially to the customers, and then just to make them aware that it's everything on their benefits or on improving their lives, and they will be totally in control. And it is not something that everyone else will simply decide their fate and decide actions which might go beyond these red lines. So everything about dialogue, but it takes a lot of effort from everybody, especially from the technology producers, to make everyone comfortable and simply make them aware that everything it's exactly in their benefit and nothing else. It is about this AI.
Alex, thank you very much for this. We are also talking about developments of AI technology and making Lamborghini car, as we mentioned. So, what are emerging trends or future developments in AI supported security?
Who do you ask?
Alex, sorry.
Yes. AI can be used in a lot of domains, but what I have particularly in mind, talking to the video security business, it is something that I would like to highlight, one of our initiatives, that it is basically again what a camera can do in addition to the visual perception. Because in my short presentation previously, we've seen a little bit of how the scenes, the area under monitoring can be analyzed based on the visual perception of the camera. Well, a security camera from Bosch can do much more than that. So apart from the intelligent video analytics, we wanted to take it to the next level, to go one step beyond and edit, for instance, in the panoramic, in 360 camera solutions, we added also what is called intelligent audio analytics, or audio AI. This audio AI analytics would detect and analyze the sound in the proximity of the camera. So not like speech recognition and because this is nicely addressed by many other players in the and they are not necessarily in the security industry. So audio AI analyze the sound signatures against various sound types, like the sound of the intrusion alarm or siren, or the sound of the fire alarm or a siren, or the sound of an explosion, or a breaking glass, or maybe a gunshot, or other unusual noise. So this extra audio perception on top of the video perception will definitely increase the safety and security where applied, and will offer even greater awareness of certain situations. It can be deployed at a variety of use cases or different location types, from schools to warehouses maybe, or to retail location, or to financial institution. So such solutions is currently being deployed and tested in many proof of concept installations in our organization, so mainly in North America. And it's expected to become commercially available in our portfolio very shortly, in the third quarter of 2023. And we think it will bring additional value to the AI, which is or how it's seen from the video analytics part. But this is strictly related to our business domain, and I wanted to emphasize, and I can see this as possible trend for future developments where we can benefit again of the power of this AI.
Thank you very much, Alex. Florian, Alex mentioned us about the sound, but how actually does AI enable more accurate and efficient facial recognition technologies for access control and in identification purposes in physical security?
Yeah, so I mean, we saw in facial recognition the same trend as we saw with all the other video analytics where AI was applied, where where accuracy is being increased a lot. However, facial recognition is not facial recognition, as you mentioned. Access control is a very good application, which is very different from mass surveillance, right? If you have it in a crowd, I think there's still a lot of challenges where it doesn't work well in a safe city environment. For access control, it works very well, especially as an additional credential. If you have multiple credentials, like a card and the face or a fingerprint and the face, I think we saw a lot of improvements there, and they are still continuing. I see the same in facial recognition actually for all the AI applications, that where it's going or where it needs to go is less so much in adding features, but really making what we already have more useful, making it scalable. If I want to deploy 1,000 doors with facial recognition, how do I do this properly? How do I make this easy to configure? How do I integrate this? How do I combine this with other credentials? Same thing with other things. Like scale is one of the really challenging things right now in AI. If we're really talking about large projects, like 10,000 cameras or even more, how do we deploy this at scale? Of course, there will be other features as well. I mean, you can think about, instead of face recognition, you can think about gait recognition. So the way that people walk, which is very much in its infancy, what people are working on. But I think much more important than this is really just the practical applications, how to make it work and really making it a commodity. This is what we need to focus on right now.
Thank you, Florian. When talking about the current solutions, Boris, what are some practical applications of AI in perimeter security, such as intrusion detection and monitoring, and actually how these solutions enhance overall security?
Yeah, of course, it improves security efficiency immediately. So we mentioned that the access control as well. This is something that it's doable. It can be a double verification. You can use the access control by card, fingertip, or whatever, and the vision software as well. So you have two-way authentication to put it like that. But also when it comes to features in perimeter security, there's this, for instance, we've developed for a bank, they have their own bolt, the central bolt. The only verified persons who are there are the employees. If an employee enters the premises, you get a notification straight away. It's connected with their system, so there's a breach, security breach. The notification is straight away. You don't have to look at the cameras all the time, so a lot of efficiency there. The notice gets to the operator who is in charge, or security firm who are there, so they can either physically tackle the intruder or close the gates. They have it already covered by their handbook, should I say. This is the security. Also, when it comes for security, if you have a blacklisted, should I say, a visitor who tends to make a mess, you flag them as blacklisted. He's at your premises, you know straight away that he's there. You or she, you don't know nothing about them. You only know that they're blacklisted for a reason, that and that. So you can do that as well. But when we're talking about all these features, we've tackled a little bit about the legislation. It's not, when using all these features, it's not the same in every legislation. So each country has its own interpretation. I would hope that in the future there'll be much more clearer rules, and of course, as the software and AI progresses, hopefully more clearer rules will be, and more unified for world. For instance, in one country, every region has its set of rules. So it's a bundle of legislation that we're doing right now. GDPR is the guidelines, but as I said, a lot of legislations there who are not aligned with the GDPR guidelines. So how many good features can we produce? It also is up to the legislation.
Thank you very much, Boris. And my next question is actually for all of you. You can go one by one. We actually often forgot, and when we talk about artificial intelligence, we often forgot actually human side. How actually is important to have humans and engineers and those who are actually frontiers in this technology to prepare these people for AI technologies. Do we lack such experts? Boris?
I can tell you straight away, yeah, we do lack these experts. Experts are being developed through the programs, softwares company that produces similar softwares, but it's a shortage of experts like these. But I mean, all companies struggle with that. But as years pass by, more and more people will be in this technology. But right about now, I think there's not a lot of people do machine or I don't know AI modules as well. So a lot of shortage of developers and especially quality personnel in IT surrounding AI and everything. But as I said, as time progresses, there'll be a lot of more hopefully personnel in that area.
For sure. Alex, what's your opinion?
Yeah, I totally agree with what Boris mentions. We are lacking at the moment, I would say, and also this information it's not everywhere well received. So beyond, let's say, the technician themselves that are building these technologies, but the true fact is that this technology it is really supported and will make a lot of benefits for everyone. So I read somewhere that the software, AI software, generated last year global sales of more than $62 billion. So all this will be returned, will be invested, let's say, in a lot of other activities. So everyone can benefit out of this AI stuff. And also there are countries that are basing a lot of stuff, including the increase of productivity based on AI. Also in our Bosch factories, because we have plenty of factories, yeah, we heavily implemented AI stuff for increasing the productivity and efficiency of those plants. Just to name one application called manufacturing analysis solution. This is an automatic software solution with the goal of zero defect production. So all this basically will be reflected in the benefits of the customers, of the people in general. So as more as specialists we can gather together, and then we can educate. Then it will be in our advantages in the future.
Florian, what is your opinion? Do you agree with Boris and Alex when it comes to this issue? And actually, what is the solution to overcome?
So yes, I agree, and I mean we know in the software development industry we have a lack of engineers in general. What I seen specifically with AI, yes, we have a lack of experts, but it's even more than the experts. It's really about the developers implementing these systems. So you need all the infrastructure around it in order to productize the AI. For every AI engineer, you need approximately 2 or 3 other developers that implement this into a product. So this is really also a lack of resources that we have today. And talking about education, I think for these people that are working on it right now, it's very important to expose them to the actual market needs. We need to break up this silo where we have developers sitting in a room and just coming up with the solutions, or even product managers coming up with the solutions isolated. We need to get these people in front of the end users and in front of the customers and understand what are the actual issues out there, and then develop AI that actually solves problems and doesn't solve what we think is a problem. All too often, video analytics in general, but also AI, has been a solution in search of a problem. And we need to turn this the other way around. We need to talk about the problems first and then find the right AI to solve them.
Great. Thank you very much. The last question, the topic that I want to discuss with you is actually about the organization. So how can organizations in general can stay updated and informed about the latest advancements and best practices of AI and security? Maybe with Alex?
Well, indeed, organizations basically will play an important role. For instance, at Bosch, we recognize the potential and of this AI and invested a lot to integrate this AI into majority of our solutions. We had a goal that by the end of 2025 to have in each and every product or solution of ours AI implemented to find the AI solution, AI pieces into those solution. Apparently, this will be implemented even earlier. Just because, we have recognized the potential, and then all our efforts will go into this direction. And of course, we'll then focus our efforts in evangelizing all this towards the consumer, the customers, the companies, the public. So that is in one of our strategies. And then I think the majority of the companies out there, at least the technological producers, providers, will focus their energies and efforts into this direction.
Thank you very much, Alex. Florian, do you embrace AI technology in Genetech as Boris did?
Yes, I would say with a grain of salt. We have to make sure that we don't see AI as a panacea, as something that solves everything, but really see it as what it is. Often internally, we don't mention AI, but we talk about intelligent automation, because in the end, AI is what enables automation. So it's really about automating things and finding solutions to there. And finally, how can companies inform themselves? I have to make a shameless plug, because I run a YouTube channel around this called Video Analytics 101, where we explain advancements in AI, where I interview experts from the field and professors from universities to find out what's new. So I can really recommend to check it out if companies want to find out what's the latest advancements in this field, specifically for the security industry. And it's called Video Analytics 101.
I'll follow you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Boris, question also for you. How actually do you communicate with your partners when it comes to AI solutions and so on? And in general, what is your opinion on this question?
Yeah, so basically we've tried to implement AI as much as possible modules in our organization. We even started, since we're using Slack, and we started a Slack channel called AI. All our employees can give suggestions, what they want to see, what they want to hear, what they saw, what they want to implement into our product portfolio or in the company in general. So it's a good, hefty discussion that's been lasting for now, I think, 3 years, and a lot of good suggestions came out of there. But of course, how we create our roadmaps in general in all units of the company, we filter out what the client said. So of course, the majority that said a certain thing, we try to develop it and try to put it on the roadmap, and that's it. And of course, there's as I said, listening to the customers and internal discussions as well. So a lot of good came of that. So and of course, it keeps people up to date, tracking the new trends, new technologies, and keeps the organization live and not sleepy, should I say, because this is happening right now and we want to be updated. So
definitely, I agree with you. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Boris, and thank you, Florian, for this nice discussion. I hope that you also enjoyed. I'd also like to thank to our participants who followed us on LinkedIn and on StreamYard here as well. Thank you for joining, and also thank you to all of you who will watch this recording later on. Do you have some kind of last message for our audience? Maybe Florian?
Yes, of course. So AI is here to stay. AI will be with us. And as I mentioned in the beginning, it's we really need to start talking about responsible AI. It will come with the European AI Act. So get prepared for a wild ride, and the AI will really revolutionize the security industry.
Thank you, Florian. Alex?
Well, what to add in addition to Florian mentioned, it's that it is a phenomenon of a big dimension, and then it is no turning directions. We are going in this. There is a lot to go up the road. But yeah, with all what I have discussed in mind, ethics stuff and the benefits that we have as a target, then I think it will bring a lot of advantages for the world.
Thank you, Alex and Boris.
To add to Florian and Alex said, keep updated and consider AI as a tool, not an enemy.
For sure. Thank you very much once more. Thank you for joining us and see you soon. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.